Good morning, DeWolf Cobra digital marketing students. It's me, Mr. Cheney, with another brilliant tutorial. I'm coming to you live from period 3 and 4 to make this tutorial possible for all students here or anywhere else in the world. Here we go. We had to change the tutorial for brightness, contrast, color, and sharpness because the website just disappeared. Thank Jaden for figuring that out. So now I had to alter the assignment. So now the website's not there. I've got the pictures here for you to download instead of going to the website, but the rest of the assignment remains the same. So this tutorial that's there now is kind of obsolete. So that's why I'm doing this one. So here's how it works. We need to download these 6 images, and then we got to put it into Photopea, the website. That's like a poor man's version of Photoshop, and we're going to make some adjustments to it using 3 different tools. We're going to use brightness contrast, we're going to use hue and saturation, which is a fancy word for color, and then we're going to sharpen a couple of these pictures. So how do we get these pictures to our slides? Here's our slides right here, and we're going to be putting original pictures onto these slides. So this one asks us to put the original image for wall, then museum, then pink, then plants, then squirrel, then tower. Okay, so I got to go download those first. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to left click them. And I'm going to then right click and save image as. Okay, so I'm going to put them in my download so I can find them easily. And so now it's called wall full size. And I got a bunch of numbers, which doesn't really matter. So I'm going to save all these. Okay, so that's 1. I got the wall, and then I'm going to go do squirrel, and I'm going to do all 6 the same way. So right click, save image as, make sure it's my downloads, go back, do the next one until I've got all 6 of these pictures in my downloads folder. Okay, so I'm halfway there. I'm going to go over here and get tower, plants, and museum. So right click, save image as, put it in my downloads. Here we go. 2 pictures to go. Left click first to get the full image, then right click to save it. The reason you do this is so that you don't have small pixelated pictures, just like we learned about with our notes. So left click first, full image, right click, save the full size image into our downloads. So now I got all 6 pictures. Now what? I go over to my slides and I'm going to place them where they belong. So slide number 2 tells me I need the wall picture. But first, go to your title slide. Make sure where it says type your name here, you should type your name there. My student name is James Cheney. Okay, so when I pretend to be a student, that's my name. So now I'm going to place my pictures. Up here in Chrome, if you're using Chrome like you're supposed to, not Microsoft Edge, you're going to click this downloads arrow and you're going to find the right picture. So it says wall. So I'm going to find a wall. I'm going to drag it over here to original. I'm going to resize it, and I've got my original picture ready to go. It doesn't have to be perfectly in the square, just so long as I can see original and altered. So now I'm going to go to slide number 3. I'm going to put the museum picture in, and I'm going to resize it, and I'm going to do that for each of the pictures. So now I'm going to slide 4. It wants the pink picture, so I'm going to find the one that's called pink, drag it over. I'm going to resize it like so. Go to here, it wants plants. Go to plants, drag it over, resize. Okay. I got sharpness is asking for squirrel, so I'll do squirrel. And lastly, I've got the tower, and I will drag tower over, resize. And now I'm ready to go take these pictures into Photopea and do the tools. So before we do that, the first 2 pictures, wall and museum, we're going to change brightness and contrast. The next 2 pictures, pink and plants, we're going to change color. Okay. I'm going to put in here, the real name for the tool is hue and saturation. Okay, so this is actually the tool you're going to be looking for. I'll show you in Photopea what that looks like. And then the last two pictures, squirrel and tower, we're going to actually use a filter called sharpness. All right, so going back to Google Classroom, I'm going to go to photopea.com by clicking on this link. I'm going to open from computer. I'm going to open from computer from my downloads, and the very first one is wall. Okay, and then we're going to find brightness and contrast by going to image, adjustments, brightness, contrast. We're going to slide our dials so that our picture looks better. I don't care which number it's on, as long as it's a better looking picture to you. You'll press OK. And now we're going to save our new picture. So File, Export as, PNG. And there's a delay sometimes. So now, instead of this being called wall full size, we're going to rename this wall altered, so we know that it's the one that we altered or fixed. You can use the word fixed if you want. So wall fixed. Okay, so I'll save that, and I'm going to go back to my slides. I'm going to go to the wall picture. I can go to my downloads. I'm going to find wall fixed. I'm going to drag it over there. I'm going to resize, and now I've got the original image and I've got the image I fixed, and they look totally different. And that's what I want. So you're going to do the same tool for the museum picture. I'm not going to do it here in the interest of time, but I want to show you the other two tools. So the new tool, color, hue, and saturation, we're going to use with pink. So I'm going to go into Photopea. I'm going to open from computer the pink picture right there. I'm going to go to image, I'm going to go to adjustments, and here's hue saturation. It doesn't say color, it says hue and saturation. I'll click that. I'm going to change these dials. Again, I don't need it to be something specific. You're just changing it to something you think looks better. Okay, I don't like all that lightness. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go up on the hue. There we go. All right. So, okay. File. Export as, PNG. You're going to rename your file again so that you know it's the one that you need. So instead of pink full size, I'm going to call it pink fixed. And I'm going to save that. It's going to go to my downloads. I'm going to go to my, and I'm going to drag it over. Pink fixed, resize. And I can see the comparison between the original and the one that I fixed. Very good. Last tool is for the last two pictures. You got squirrel and you got tower, so I'll show you with squirrel. We're gonna go over here, we're gonna close out, we're gonna open the squirrel picture from our downloads folder. So squirrel full size, right there. And this one's a little different than the other two tools. It's not an image, it's actually a filter. So we're gonna go to filter, we're gonna go to sharpen, and we're gonna go to sharpen. That's it, you've used the tool. So once you've done that sharpen filter, file, export, PNG, rename your file. And instead of squirrel full size, we're going to call it fixed. And I'm going to save, and I'm going to go to my slides, and I'm going to do squirrel fixed right here. And that is how to do half of your assignment, okay? Because you're going to go in and do the other pictures that I skipped. So you're going to do brightness contrast for the wall picture. You're going to do hue and saturation for the plants picture. And you're going to do the sharpen filter tool for the tower picture, and then you're going to turn it in. So you go back over here when you're all done, and you'll click turn in once you're finished. Now James Chaney doesn't want to do that because he didn't finish them all, so I'm going to cancel that. But you, if you're finished, you'll finish, and that's it. That's brightness, contrast, color, and sharpness. and how to do it in photopea.com. I'll see you back in class.